Welcome to the Cutmaker Podcast, your home for all of your PGA, DFS bets, and everything else you need to know on the PGA Tour. My name is Jeff Seeley, aka Cutmaker Jeff. We are talking the Wyndham this week, and we have a really fun field, a field where I think a lot of the favorites, some will compete, but I honestly think this is a week to go with a bunch of kind of bombs, if you will. YOLOs. Let's take some YOLOs. Let's take some bombs. Tony, our esteemed producer, is my co-host this week. And Tony, as you look at this card this week, right, like Sanjay Im, great course history here, terrible form coming in. Hideki Matsuyama, mixed history here, mixed results coming in. Russell Henley, elite history here, really good form coming in. Probably the most popular play on DraftKings. And then Sam Burns, you never know what you're going to get from Sam Burns. So is there anybody you like, Tony, in these odds range or this $10,000 range of Sanjay, Hideki, Henley, or Burns?
I know there's probably not much leverage with it, but playing Russell Henley, I feel like he's good for one of those a year, a win, a playoff loss, something like that. Kind of just one of those little surprise top tens. Looks like, recent form is decent, is okay. Going back a few weeks at, towards the US Open, even back to Memorial. So, and then again, you throw that in with the course here at Sedgefield. And he's just played that 3 top tens the last times that he's played here. So I would like Henley.
Yeah, no, and I think Henley's going to be one of the most popular plays this week. I really do. I think he's a solid play. I like Shane Lowry a lot this week, Tony. I really do. I think he's interesting. I'm not going to play Aberg, who I think will be popular. JT Poston, I think, is a good DFS play and bad bet because I think a lot of people will fade him. Did you see his 18th hole on Sunday, Tony?
I did, yeah.
You know what? But I don't think a lot of people did because, no one was watching the end of that tournament. It was over.
Yeah.
So, I think people saw the clip on Twitter, maybe, right, and saw his quote. Maybe that's how they saw it. But a lot of people watching it live. I just think people aren't going to play him because of a mental block, yet the guy's coming in with a second, a 41st, a 6th, and a 6. And he's a former champion of this tournament. Like I'm just thinking, that's it. I think it's really bad to not play JT Poston DFS. I'm going to play some. The question is it bad to not play? Should who's the better JT Poston or Justin Thomas?
Right now it's got to be JT Poston. I wanted to ask you about Justin Thomas on whether it's outright or DFS. Is there any way that just that the talent is there? That guy can go low at any time. He's just been battling some stuff as of recently. Is there any way you take a flyer on him, maybe for some leverage?
I think he's a tremendous tournament play. I think he's a terrible bet. So our friend, my friend, your friend, our friend, common guest of the show who will be on again next week, Jeff Sherman, played Siwoo Kim minus 145 over Justin Thomas. That's a huge number. Huge number. Minus 145 is a huge freaking number. That tells you that Jeff Sherman has zero faith at all. Now, mind you, this is also a Siwoo course. So we got Siwoo with a Siwoo course, and Siwoo is he's a terrific play, period. Siwoo's fine. He plays well here. He was a terrific play last year, and he missed the cut, right? So anything can happen. But Siwoo is a good play and certainly a better bet than Justin Thomas. But minus 145, Tony, is a steep number. One I thought was interesting. And so, I think JT is a good play in tournaments in DFS. He's probably going to be, 10% owned. So I think if you're field average, you're probably good. But aside from that, I wouldn't go there. Man, I keep looking at Cameron Davis, and I was enamored with Cameron Davis for a minute. Dude, I don't know what to do with this guy. and he finished 15th here in 2020, 10th last week. This is a guy who either top 20s or misses the cut.
Yeah.
He really does. He's really good or really shitty. I mean, 10th, miscut, 17th, 33rd, miscut. I mean, he is all over. He's really hit or miss. I think he's a good leverage play if you're not going to play Denny McCarthy, who's going to win this tournament. And Denny McCarthy is a terrific bet this week. I mean, Jesus, look at my sheet I sent you. I mean, look at Denny McCarthy.
He was in really good form before heading over to the Open, or for the Scottish Open, and for the Open Championship. I know Golf Channel and Brad Faxon was pretty high on him going into the Open Championship. So yeah, I feel like coming back over, he can kind of pick up right where he left off.
I mean, Aaron Rai, good play. Chris Kirk, good play. Alex Smalley, good. I mean, there's guys that I mean, folks, like you don't need to play you don't need to play anybody, honestly. You can start with Denny McCarthy, 8,700. Make him your first guy in your DraftKings lineups, and build 150 lineups from 8,700 to 6,200, and sprinkle guys in between. You probably win $1 million, whatever the big top price, $100 is, whatever it is. I mean, Denny McCarthy, good play. Aaron Rai, good play. Chris Kirk, good play. Alex Smalley, good play. Adam Hadwin, good play. Eric Cole. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Guys that are really good plays. We're going to sneak in our guy again, Tony, that we know is going to be good. And I think because of who he's surrounded by, and because the 7K range is going to be so spread out, I think we're going to get single-digit Adam Schenk again. And I just texted out all the people. I sent a text to all the people on the Telegram channel. I mean, we're on Adam Schenk big. He has not won yet. This might very well may be his week. He's going to have to beat Denny McCarthy. But man, I mean, if he does, it'll be amazing. But man, he is so live. You look at Schenk, he grades out so well in my models. I mean, 4th, 7th, miscut, fine. But 3 7ths or better in his last 5 events. Grades out 11th in my model. He's played, and listen, he has sucked here. And I think his course history will keep people off of him. Well, at least I hope it does. But man, I mean, this is not the same Adam Schenk you saw 3 years ago, is it?
No, he's been playing phenomenally. Would you take him as opposed to a guy with I'm trying to find him here, some good recent form, Adam Hadwin, who, almost won in Canada? Would you take him as opposed to a little bit better recent form with Adam Hadwin?
I would take Hadwin in a bet matchup, but not in DFS. And for the price, no, I'd take Schenk. I mean, and again, if I get Schenk at the right, it all depends on the price, right? No, I mean, in a neutral market, I would take Hadwin, but no, I prefer Schenk. I mean, dude, I'm going to play my guy Eric Cole again. You know me, I'm on Eric Cole every week now. Eric Cole's going to have to be on the freaking headliner here too. We're going to have to, I feel like I'm on Eric Cole every week. If Seth Straka was in here, we'd be in trouble. I mean, we got Eric Cole's one of the guys. Adam Schenk's becoming one of the guys. But another guy I love, I think is tremendous this week, and I think he'll be under-owned. I don't know if he'll be under-owned. So many guys in this range are so good. Alex Noren is a terrific bet and a terrific play. Top 20, top 40 outright. He's such a good play. Such a good play. God, is he a good play. I love Alex Noren. I'm talking myself into playing him a ton. Back to the Gim Reaper. We'll go back to the Gim Reaper this week. God, the Gim Reaper looks good. Justin Suh looks solid. We didn't play him last week, but man, he almost bit us. He looks solid. I'm just sitting here looking at this though. God, the Gim Reaper. He's going to win a tournament soon, and we're all going to be sitting here, and the 1 week we don't play him. I like everybody named Wu this week, Tony.
Yeah.
Brandon Wu, Dylan Wu, Woo. We'll all cheer for everybody, all the Woos. I like all the woos. Ben Griffin is going to be polarizing. So Ben Griffin sucks in my model, but 20th, 20th miscut, 25th, fourth year last year. Jeff Sherman bet him. So a lot of people are going to tout him. I'm not going to play Ben Griffin this week. I think he's a fine bet. I think he's a terrible DFS play this week. I'm out on Ben Griffin. We talk about Ches Reavie a lot on this podcast too. I'm back on Team Ches. One guy we never, ever talk about, Tony, is Sam Ryder. I'm going to be on some Sam Ryder this week. Look at my model. Look at Sam Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
Look at like line 30, like line 32. Look how Sam Ryder like grades out. He looks amazing. And then 7th last week. Like there's a lot to like about Sam. And he's played here 5 times in the last 5 years, made 3 cuts. Right at like $7,100. That's really all you need from Sam Ryder, right? Is to make your cut. And if he finishes top 20 or something, you've smashed your value. Austin Eckroat burned a ton of people last week. The whole world was on him, and then he missed the cut. I think he'll be a popular bounce back play this week. And man, look at Chesson Hadley. He's made 4 of his last 5 cuts, and then look at his last 2 rounds here. Last 2 tournaments here. 8th and 5th. Made 5 straight cuts.
He's another guy like Russell Henley that can just it seems like once, twice a year, he's either right at the top, right near the top of the leaderboard towards the end of a tournament, or he goes ahead and wins. So yeah, I like that play this week.
Chesson Hadley? What's the last thing Chesson Hadley won?
He won a couple years ago, didn't he? Or he lost he at least lost in a playoff a couple years ago.
Yeah, but no, he competes. He will get up there and compete fairly often. But no, he's not a guy who wins. He just isn't. But I think he's a good play to. He's a good DFS play who cashes. You're in business. God, Dylan Wu. Dylan Wu is interesting. I mean, I like Dylan Wu a lot. My guy Eric Barnes always likes Dylan Wu. God, Dylan Wu looks good. I'll have some Dylan Wu in DFS maybe. But dude, I am all in on Justin Lower, Tony. Look at his freaking grade in my short-term model.
Mm-hmm.
And then look at like M40. Like, I mean, what's that?
No, I was just gonna say, I mean, it looks like it's great value there.
He looks tremendous, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Rocket Mortgage looks good. I mean, God, his form is good. Made 3 of the last 4 cuts. 2nd in my short-term model. 36 here last year for $6,800. There's a ton to like about Lower. I love Lower this week. I really do. I like him. I'm going to play a little Tyler Duncan because I think his form was good last week. He's from Indiana, and I'm a fucking mark for Hoosiers. Novak is solid. CT Pan, he could suck in some CPN. Carson Young, like Carson Young a lot. 200-1 Carson Young. I'm in. Plus 650, top 20 Carson Young. I'm in. Top 250, top 40 Carson Young. I'm in. Really like Carson Young a lot this week. And bro, look at Zach Johnson in my model, Tony. Look at my sheet.
Mm-hmm. I saw that. That's one name that popped out. Yeah.
Like, you could put Zach Johnson in your DFS lineup. He's not gonna like win you a tournament, but he's like not gonna lose you.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably gonna make the cut, which is really all you need. I mean, but all right. So can I talk to any Zach Blair, Ryan Moore, any Team Dude Wives, Jason Duffner, or any hero legend Jim Herman?
You could talk me into Zach Blair, 13th last week at 3M. A few missed cuts before that, but then a top 2 or 2 there at Travelers.
How about any Jim Herman?
Jim Herman would be one of those plays with my heart just to because you're my boy. So other than that, I'm off on Hermy, even with the win here a few years ago.
How about Team Dude Wipes?
As much as I love Duff, again, that'd be just a play from the heart. Duff's one of my favorite guys, just
Duff?
characters on tour.
Have you met him?
He's been on. He was on the Sirius XM shows a bunch of times, but no, never met him in person.
Okay, yeah, I bet. I mean, he's got to be one of the greatest guys on tour. I mean, he has to be one of the most liked guys on tour. I mean, for sure, he has to be. But I mean, dude, 20th last week. Made the cut here a bunch of times. He's interesting. Bryce Garnett, another guy who's live. Brian Stewart's live. Brian Stewart's very live here. Very, very live here. So I think it's a really interesting week this week, Tony, from a DFS perspective. I think you sprinkle a lot of these guys in this range. Betting perspective, though, this is a week. I'm going to take, honestly, guys, I'm going to take a bunch of $25, $20 bills and just like $50 bets, whatever you want to do, and bet almost the entire 7K range at $20 a piece, 80 to 1, 75 to 1, whatever it is. Fire a lot down here. I am very, very interested in Adam Schenk, and I'm going to have a big bet on Denny McCarthy. Those are two guys I'm going to bet big, Adam Schenk and Denny McCarthy. But I've mentioned a lot of names. I realize that because I'm going to have a lot of bets on these guys. I mean, small bets, but man, guys, I mean, there's just so many. I mean, like if Eric Cole wins and I miss, I'm going to be so pissed, and he can absolutely win this. There's so many guys in the 7,700 to 7,000 range that can absolutely win. And that's where the winner usually comes from. I'm fading Webb Simpson this week, Tony. Good idea or bad idea?
I feel like even being a North Carolina boy, that's a good idea.
It has to be, right? I mean, he struggled. Yeah, he's really struggled. He's struggled. So, yeah, right. So I'm picking Denny McCarthy to win. I'm picking, I'm picking Adam Schenk as my midterm, longer shot. Carson Young as one of my bombs, and I will go even a little further and take Jim Herman top 40 in some form or fashion. We'll find a way to bet him. A lot of other stuff I like. I'm going to put a bunch of matchups and stuff in all my DFS player pool up on cutmakerpod.com. I'll have that up tomorrow afternoon, along with matchups, and I'll refine some of these top 20s and top 40s and some of these bets. But you guys have an idea where I'm at. I mean, there's so many people to play this week. And it's a tough week. Some weeks, look, the clearly defined guy is Denny McCarthy. And I think for the price, Adam Schenk is a really, really, really good play. That's where my head and my heart align here in this. But there are a lot of other guys that you could fire small bullets on here that I will, and I'll share those as well at cutmakerpod.com. Get those out on our site, and we will update our Telegram channel. So yeah, make sure you check out at cutmakerpod on Twitter. Find a link to our Telegram channel there, and we will you can see when we update everything. And Tony, I'm working on something now. For NFL season. I've got something brewing. So we could have we're going to do NFL content. That's known. I talked to my buddy, Drew Butler again today, and Drew and I are going to do some stuff on this channel here, NFL wise, during the year. But I'm working on something that could potentially be really, really cool and really, really fun, and intertwine golf and football throughout the fall. So, my tag sticking on here. But the more I know about this, so I know more about it, I will update everybody. But guys, we got some really, really cool stuff. Could be a really fun fall. It'll be a fun fall regardless, but it could be amazing. So yeah, Tony, who's your pick to win?
I'll throw a couple at you. Wanted to ask your thoughts on Adam Scott outright 35 to 1.
How many times do you see me pick Adam Scott? A billion? Yes, I think he's terrible.
Here,
I'm being a little tongue in cheek. I will not. Because here's the thing, dude. I've bet him a ton. I played him a ton. I think he's fine. He's fine, but I don't like the price, Tony. Honestly, I don't like the price.
You want him higher than 35-1?
Yes. In this field, I would. Yes.
He's one of those guys too, pushing the trying to get in that top 72. So it's kind of make or break for him to get back into the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Sorry. So let me ask you this: would you rather have Denny McCarthy at 28-1 or Adam Scott at 35?
With recent form, Denny McCarthy.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
So
yep.
I like McCarthy. I like Adam Hadwin as well, 40-1, and throwing a bomb out there. Why? I was gonna say Billy Horschel, but that's even at 60-1. I feel like that's not good enough odds. Justin Suh, 80-1. Some decent recent form.
Yeah, good approach. I don't mind that at all. So, all right. Well, listen. Thanks everybody for listening. Again, find me at Cutmaker Jeff. Follow us at Cutmaker Pod. We'll have all our plays out tomorrow afternoon, but thanks everybody for listening. Check us out every Wednesday morning on VSiN, on Yes Network, NESN, Marquee Network, etc. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Thanks, everyone.